So downsampling, you remove the extra samples and reduce the sampling rate, and upsampling, you insert the zero samples and increase the sampling rate. This approach no doubt seems to be much easier and better compared to the previous one, simply because you don't have to go through analog domain. Just by staying in digital domain, we can carry out up conversion, up sampling or down sampling. So we are now ready to answer the first question. What is multirate DSP? Multirate DSP is nothing but an approach in which we increase or decrease the sampling rate of the signal by simply carrying out downsampling or upsampling. And this is approach 2, something that we just now discussed. You don't have to go through the analog domain. And now we give technical names to downsampling. Downsampling is called decimation. So one very important process in multirate DSP is the process of decimation, which will help you to reduce the sampling frequency of the signal. And the name given to up sampling is nothing but interpolation. So second important process in multirate DSP is that of interpolation, which will help you to increase the sampling rate of signal x of n. We will have to discuss decimation, interpolation in detail. This entire chapter is all about discussing decimation and interpolation and various applications of it. Right now, we will quickly list down various applications of multirate DSP. So there are few important applications of multirate DSP. The first application can be discussed in speech processing. Speech processing is nothing but an area of digital signal processing where we convert human speech in electric form. We store it in digital systems like computers or DSP processors, and then we carry out variety of processing on that stored signal. So in this speech signal, when the speech signal is stored in digital form, it is often required to change, let's say, the transmission rate of the speech signal. If I want to change the transmission rate, let's say if I want to increase or decrease, especially the transmission rate, decreasing transmission rate means decreasing the bits per second capacity of the signal. How do you measure the rate at which the signal is going to occur, especially the digital signal? It is measured in bits per second. So if I say that I want to reduce the transmission rate, I want to reduce bits per second part of the signal. So to do this, I'll have to obviously reduce the sampling rate, because if I can reduce the sampling rate, that means I'm reading less samples per second. And in that case, when I assign bits to every sample, because the number of samples are reduced, number of bits per second will also reduced. So reducing transmission rate means reducing the sampling frequency. One more application in speech processing will be to reduce the storage space. Storage space is nothing but digital memory, which is required to store the digital signal. So if you have sampled the signal at very high rate, in that case you'll be having a very large size of the signal and you require large space to store the signal. It is often that we want to reduce the size of the signal and hence the storage space. This can again be done by reducing the sampling rate of the signal.